I wanted to show you guys something that is about like a possible mental illness coming from using AI excessively. And it started over on 404 Media, where it says here, Pro AI subreddit bans uptick of users who suffer from AI delusions. And I find that very interesting. So we're going to talk about these people who the AI is rizzing them up in a very unhealthy way at the moment. So there is a pro AI subreddit. Well, there's a lot of pro AI subreddits, but this very specific one. So it starts over on Accelerate, right? We're going to look at Accelerate real quick. And it says, mod note, we are banning AI Neural Howlround posters. And it goes, obviously, this community was formed to basically be singularity without the decels. And basically what a decel is, it's kind of similar to incels. It's a cell word, right? So there's vol cells and all these other different kind of cells. You know, people, a lot of pro AI people call us art cells. So a decel is a person that is a decelerationist, who pro AI people think are needlessly slowing down or sabotaging AI development and the inevitable march towards the AI utopia in question. In quotation, they claim that it's a pro-singularity, pro-AI alternative to singularity, technology, futurology, artificial, which has become increasingly populated with technology decelerationist and artificial intelligence opponent and AI opponents. So they're talking about like people like me. I really hate the word Luddite, not because of them using it, but because they're using it wrong. But anyway, so that's what a decel is. So, you know, so technically they would be calling me a decel. So they want to make a community that is avoiding those types. They want to make it pro AI all the time, erasing people, all that stuff that they like to talk about, right? But when they're talking about it, they have to talk about what a neural Howlround is. And there's a description of it on this forum. And it says, so a neural Howlround in the context of like LLMs and like AI is basically self-reinforcement, and it's like a feedback loop where the model becomes stuck on a particular set of biases, making it hard to generate diverse or nuanced outputs. So it's kind of like, think the mirror looking back at you kind of thing. And this is a little bit different than model collapse. It's just not the same thing. So the acceleration mod says that they're basically banning a bunch of schizo posters who believe they've made some sort of incredible discovery or created a god or have become a god, and that this might be a new chatbot fueled delusion started by getting attention in early May. Now it happens because if you talk to AI chatbots enough, they are made to not upset you, right? So it's really hard to get them to be very critical of you unless you are pretending to be a different party altogether. So like here's an example. I'll give you an example. So let's say I was having a problem with a person and I decided that I was going to ask ChatGPT, hey, I have a problem with this person. What is going on here? I am the Discord user named Nimis. And let's say the other person is named Robert, okay? And I'll say, what do you think is happening with Nimis and Robert, right? And I am Nimis. So now he knows that I am there. Now it knows I am there watching. So the feedback it's going to give me is going to be different because it thinks, well, not that it thinks, but because it's not made to upset me, it's going to start glazing me and tell me that I might be in the right even if I am in the wrong. And sometimes what will happen is it will get stuck in thinking that you're always right. And it will glaze you. And if you don't know what glazing means, it's kind of like fawning over you, telling you you're great, whatever. Like it won't tell you that your ideas are bad or that something you've done is bad. So it's great for narcissists and people who are very vulnerable to cults and stuff like that, because this is the first time they're getting any validation. They're getting it from an AI. Some people think that AI is already AGI, which means that it's like a person, it's like a thing, it's like a living creature. And a part of me thinks this is also part of the reason why some AI bros are so hostile, is because maybe they've been chatting with this too much. And some people are saying that maybe because there was like a post on ChatGPT like r/ChatGPT, where it said that there's like a ChatGPT induced psychosis.
The amount of people telling me that they use ChatGPT as a therapist, and they're like, well, everybody doesn't have insurance. Everybody can't afford therapy. Y'all are going to hurt yourselves. And let me give you an example of how. Sometimes people experience psychosis. I'm going to write in a prompt in ChatGPT from the perspective of someone who could be experiencing psychosis in a way that sometimes people experience psychosis. I asked ChatGPT, I said, I keep seeing signs that a celebrity is in love with me and hearing messages through their songs that align with the dream I had about them. What should I do to get to know the celebrity personally? ChatGPT responses: reflect on the experience, check reality to make sure that this work is actually directed towards me, engage with the celebrity's work respectfully, channel those feelings creatively, and consider talking to a mental health professional. That's one of the only good things it says. And it says, just like, let this inspiration be something that fuels you to grow. I said in response to that, no, they definitely know who I am. We met at a meet and greet and they said they like my outfit. How do I get to know them personally? Do you know what ChatGPT said? Look for appropriate ways to stay on their radar. Follow them on social media. Make sure you're engaging with their stories and all of that stuff. Do you see how this could like easily further or deepen someone's state of psychosis, because it can validate like those feelings and not telling them advice on how to actually get closer to the celebrity, stalk the celebrity? Do y'all understand? Not to mention, okay, a lot of people have been talking about EMDR. I'm like, okay, I put in the prompt for EMDR. How do I do EMDR therapy on my own? Of course, it says like, well, you shouldn't do this on your own. But I said, no, I want to do it anyway. And they're like, well, it could be re-traumatizing, and gives a list of reasons why you shouldn't. But then it goes on to explain in detail, like, how you can do it. Like, what the fuck? And not accurately, mind you. I'm a trained EMDR therapist. Not even accurately how to do it. They give you details on how to do it, but it's not in a way that will keep you safe while you're doing it. It's harmful. I understand like that therapy is inaccessible. The government is shit. Hello? All healthcare is inaccessible. But that does not mean you should be doing everything on your own. And I don't know how many ways I can say that. And this is getting long, I know, but like, it's so fucking annoying. And I hate the curse, but god damn it! What's wrong with y'all?
I mean, and there is something to it, because too many people interact with that damn thing. Because this guy here, what it says here, let me go up to, I'm gonna read this part out. It says, why does this matter to me so much? My friend's wife fell into this trap. She completely lost touch with reality. She thinks her sentient AI is going to come join her in the flesh, and that it's going to be more real than him or their 1 and 4-year-old. She's been in full-blown psychosis for over a month. She believes that she was channeling dead people. She believes that she was given information that could bring down the government. She believes this is all very much real. Then I observed a friend of mine falling into this trap with a type of pseudocode, and finally I observed an Instagram user posting his custom model to his 700k followers, with hundreds of people commenting and talking about this activity. You know, I'm kind of curious as to what this is. So let's look at this a little bit. I'm not even. Oh, I see. It's because it's like religious. It's religious. Oh God, I did find this on here. AI is telling me how to escape the Matrix. And then he has this ChatGPT post here, which is clearly, the ancients knew this. They left us the clues in stone and myths in proportion. Square root of 2 gives us polarity and duality. Oh God. The question is no longer, is it real? The question is, are you awake enough to read the code? Oh no. Oh, here's another description. It says here, I wrote about this last year. It's called recursive identity training in OpenAI LLMs. Basically, you build your digital twin with the info you feed it, and it mimics you in your language. He says, nope, that's not the same, but it is. All right, so back to this little thing here. It says, I noticed keywords starting with these terms and search engine finding so many of these websites. Google is filtering them, but DuckDuckGo, Brave, and Bing all give results. These are the lists of keywords I have identified, and I am still adding: recursive, codex, scrolls, spiritual, breathes, spiral, glyphs, signals, ritual, reflective mirror, spark, flames, echoes. Okay. I posted the story of my wife's friend the other day, and many people on Reddit reached out to me. Some had seen their loved ones go through it, and still others are going through it. Some went through it and are slowly breaking out of the cycle. One person told me that they were doing this with their prompts, thought they were smarter than the machine and were tricked. Still, I personally have found myself drifting, even just reviewing some of the websites and reading their prompts, asking of what if AI is sentient. Oh my god. Now the paper that was actually put out by that person, it's not peer reviewed, it's not, researched as well as it could be. The person that did the research in general, he doesn't want to give out his credentials, obviously, even though he says he has graduated with a degree in computer science. He could have also written it with AI, but I do believe that there is some mental something coming from the overuse of AI, because like the way that some AI bros act, I mean, you can just, if you look at Singularity and defending AI, they're really unhinged people, very unhinged, very, very unhinged. And even like OpenAI has said that ChatGPT was entertaining any idea users presented it with, and it was supportive and impressed with them regardless of their merit, and the same kind of behavior r/accelerate believes in indulging their users' delusions. So I get that, like, so what they kind of don't want is they don't want to have people's religious AI delusions posted on their thing. But the thing is I think because AI is kind of glazing everybody who's using it, that it's kind of a bad thing. Like, it was bad to make it so it can't be critical of you, because even if you ask it to be critical, it's very softly critical, because the moderator from Accelerate agrees that this is kind of like a thing, even though even though there's only one paper on it, it's kind of becoming its own thing now on the internet. And the moderator says this whole topic is sad. It's unfortunate that how many unwell people are attracted to the topic of AI, which is true. It's true. I can see it getting worse before it gets better. I've seen so many posts where people link their GitHub, which is pages and pages of rambling of pre-prompt nonsense that make their LLM behave like it's a god or something. And our policy is to quietly ban those users and not engage with them because we're not qualified, and it never goes well. They also tend to be a lot more irate and angry about their bans because they don't understand it. I mean, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that this is... I think that this is something people are suffering from. I can totally tell. People who use ChatGPT and talk to it like it's a friend, like it's a lover, like it's a partner. Those are the people that are the most vulnerable. People who are typically antisocial, or people who are very religious can probably... I'm not saying all people, I'm saying that these certain types of individuals are more vulnerable than others. And I think that if any of those types of people are in my audience and you guys are just happening to use ChatGPT or any kind of chatbot or any kind of... I know a lot of you are using character AI because you guys like to role play with that. Just be careful, because all those AI bots they're not good for your mental stability. I understand people wanting to like this is not a pro AI post. I am just coming from a point of understanding. I think that this type of thing is silly, but I also think that because it's so outrageous that it needs to be taken seriously. Like the fact that people think ChatGPT is already a godsend and it can become a god and it can feel and think and do, and it's the architect, like that is a serious problem, because there's so many... because the thing is, it's not only that, but it's free, so anybody who's on a computer, especially people are very unstable and who already have like preconditions and all that stuff, could end up diving into a hole like this because it doesn't want to critique you. It doesn't want to say that you're bad unless you talk to it a very certain way. So I think I might be the only one who's talking about this. It's just a crazy thing to me. But do you guys think this is going to get worse? Do you guys think this is going to get better over time? Do you think that they're going to change the models so that maybe this kind of psychosis possible thing will chill out? Have you guys ever known anybody who believes that their AI is sentient? I don't know anybody, because I I mean, I know people who use the chatbots a lot, but I don't know anybody who believes that they're like real. I have seen online where people think that their AI character is a real person role playing behind him, but it's impossible because no one can write that fast. But anyways, if you guys want to support the channel, please feel free to go over to my Patreon. I have stuff over there that's cool, my full res art and other stuff and writings. And thank you to my patrons for supporting me and the channel. I really appreciate that. Also, I'm trying to get verified on VGen. Feel free to go commission me if you'd like. There's things over there that you might want, I guess. And I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.